everyone, and welcome to today's WIP and Chat. Today I am super happy to have diamond painting to come to. It was a stressful day at work. It's been pretty busy since the summer, so I really like getting to come and unwind with diamond painting. Plus, when I was taking my dog for a walk, it was dark out. He has a light up collar to help keep him safer, and I was waiting to ensure a car was going to stop before I crossed the street. And I guess this person felt it necessary to let me know that he or she was stopping by flashing their high beams at me, which just pretty much blinded me as I was starting to cross the road. So not sure if anyone else think that's a good idea, but it's not. I'm sure most of you would agree that having a high beams come on that close to you is pretty painful to the eyes. So needless to say, I was in a horrible mood after the dog walk and still had to make dinner. So I was happy after making dinner and sitting with my husband for a little bit that I got to go and relax and diamond paint while I watched Once Upon a Time on Disney+. In Canada, the NHL season, just for the Canadian teams, has started. And my husband is beyond excited, so he's hermiting in our basement. We have a projector, so he watches all of his sports teams down there. He's big into football and hockey. So I get to have upstairs where I can diamond paint and relax. So I was really, really happy to have this to come and unwind. And then I did a little bit of reading afterwards, but I'm super excited for this weekend. I received some cross-country skis and bindings for Christmas, so I dropped them off at a local store to have the bindings put on. I'm really hoping I can get them back by Saturday, hoping to go out and do some cross-country skiing with some friends out in the mountains. So really looking forward to getting out. We've had an unusually nice winter, which is pretty uncommon for this time of year. I'm sure it's coming. We haven't gotten into our coldest times, but I want to get out and enjoy it while I can. And with COVID, absolutely everyone is cross-country skiing this winter. It's just like in the summer when you couldn't get a bike. Now you can't get cross-country ski stuff. So I was pretty fortunate after I dropped off my skis to have the bindings put on. I went on the hunt for some cross-country ski boots. And I was fortunate enough to get a pair. They are men's. I have big feet or anything, but they were able to make them fit my feet. I guess the joys of flat feet. Maybe they're a little bit wider than those of you that have arches, but I have pretty standard sized female feet, so it's impossible to find my boot size right now in female boots. So was happy to get a pair of boots. Unfortunately, they didn't have any poles. I'm thinking maybe I can try to use my hiking poles. I'm a little worried they're not sturdy enough because they're just cheap Amazon hiking poles. But maybe I'll use my husband's downhill ski poles. If not, I'll just rent some. I don't even know if my skis are going to be back in time, so I might have to go do a rental on Friday night before we head out on Saturday morning. So I'm just super looking forward to that. Counting down the hours now until the weekend. Sad that we still have all of Friday to go through. Let me know what you guys are doing this weekend in the comments. Are you sitting around and crafting or diamond painting, knitting, crocheting, or are you getting outside? For those of you that aren't locked down, maybe you're going and seeing friends and family. We are still heavily locked down and can't see those outside of our households. The restaurants are closed. It's definitely hard. We're very fortunate that neither my husband or I are in an industry that's heavily impacted by that, so we still get to work full time. I know I have a lot of friends in the hospitality industry, and I know that they are struggling, and I can't imagine not getting to go to work every day. So my heart really goes out to anyone that's been super negatively affected work-wise, health-wise, mental health-wise. It's definitely been hard. I'm a homebody, partially why I like crafting so much, but this is definitely an extreme, being at home this much and not getting to really see anyone. It was nice before the restrictions were super heavy. You could at least meet people for walks. You can still kind of do that. They ask you not to, but you're pretty safe walking outside. So I usually meet with other friends that have dogs or meet at the dog park so we can socially distance and go for a walk while the pups run. So hopefully we can get out maybe today. If I can finish work at a good time, I'll try to get Glenn out to the field by our place just for him to run off leash. He's gonna go into daycare probably tomorrow, we'll see. But he definitely needs to run. That he's a border collie, he's just under 2, so the energy is unreal. He's definitely getting a lot better at calming down. I've been having him sit in my office with me while I work rather than going in his kennel to sleep. He is kennel trained. We needed to. He wouldn't sleep as a puppy outside of his kennel. The first 2 days we had him, I think he slept maybe 2 hours, and then we realized he needed to be kennel trained. And that's pretty common for border collies just because they have such a hard time shutting their brains off. So if you're thinking of getting a puppy and you're thinking of getting a border collie puppy and you haven't had one before, I grew up with one, but their energy level and energy requirements are very, very high. Even after I take him for an 11-kilometer hike, he's still ready to go, which is awesome. And that's why we adopted him. We wanted a high energy dog. I wanted a dog to go hike with. I'm really excited to have my cross-country skis to be able to go out in the neighborhood by my place and start getting him used to cross-country skiing beside me. A lot of the groom trails you're not allowed to take dogs on, but there are a few that you can bring them with you. So where I'm able to, I would love to be able to bring him next year. I just need to get him a little bit more trained. He really loves people and really loves to play with every other dog he sees, which if you're on skis, that could end a little bit badly, especially since I'm still learning and I would probably just fall over. But that's definitely a way I am getting through being at home so much, is, you know, getting out as much as I can. I'm so happy we have Glenn. I know there's a lot of COVID dog purchases over the year. I just hope everyone, you know, keeps them when they go back to work and is really enjoying getting outside with them. It's so much fun to have an adventure buddy and someone to spend the day with. If I was home all day alone working, I'd be pretty lonely. So anyone that has a pet, I'm sure you experience the same thing. Let me know if you guys have pets in the comments, if you craft with them, how much they've messed up your crafts. I've had Glenn get caught up in the cable from my light pad and flung a full drill tray onto the ground. And luckily we have a handheld Dyson, so I just emptied it, sucked them up, and was able to get most of them back. But you definitely need to watch your pets when you're crafting, and everything I crochet has bits of Glen fur in them, but that's just the joys of having a pet, and it really depends on how much they shed. I grew up with cats as well, and it was the same thing. You can't not have cat fur, dog fur all over your stuff. But anyway, that's really all I had to chat about today. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Like I keep saying, I'm loving how this one's coming together. I did end up taking the clear plastic off of this one. As I was moving over to the left, it actually ripped and kept ripping every time I tried to pull it up. And then I couldn't find the edge in the middle of the canvas. So I ended up just going from the bottom, taking the whole thing off. And in some of the kits, Diamond Art Club sends you this parchment paper-like cover, so I just cut them into squares. I did a horrible job at it. They're so uneven. It didn't fit the whole thing. I definitely didn't spend enough time and focus kind of measuring that out before I cut them, but at least it's easier than having the plastic stuck to it. So if you guys are thinking of taking the plastic off and putting this parchment like paper down, I know you can't just use basic parchment paper, so I know I'm saying parchment paper, but please don't go just put parchment paper down. The side that's actually on the diamond or the adhesive is totally different feeling than the top. So you do need to be careful about what you put on. I know there's lots of YouTube videos out there about what to put down, so just be cautious of that, but take your time and actually measure it out, because I definitely didn't, and it didn't make any sense when I was putting the squares back down, but it is making it a lot easier to go through. And I was quickly finishing this section because I didn't have enough to cover what I'm actually working on right now in the video. So It is a lot nicer though than working with that plastic. It's quieter and I can just peel these pieces off and put them back down, and that way everything is covered. I have it layered nicely just to ensure that nothing is uncovered and gets fur stuck to it. So let me know what you guys are working on in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions about diamond painting, or if you'd like to see a specific diamond painting video. I can either try to make one or I can direct you to one that I have potentially seen. There's a few really good other YouTubers out there that have some really helpful videos and content that I would highly recommend checking out. So just let me know if you want any of that information. I'm also thinking of posting a video about some of the other Diamond Art Club kits that I want. There's a Cinque Terre one that I am in love with. I sent it to my mom to see if she'd like it, but she said it's just too big for her, and it is big. I can't remember the dimensions of it, but it's huge. But the Cinque Terre in Italy is where my husband and I spent the beginning of our honeymoon a few years back. If you have never heard of it and haven't seen it before, I highly recommend checking it out. There's a few pretty iconic images of it that you might have actually seen without knowing. And if you're looking to plan a really nice vacation once COVID's all done, really recommend checking it out. The food was amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a really cool hike you can do. I hike, and the hike was a lot harder than I was used to. Mind you, I'm not used to hiking in above 20°C weather, and it was about 30 degrees the day we did that hike. And we didn't have all of my normal hiking gear because we were doing 3 weeks in Europe. So it was just one day that we did it, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's right on the water. There's 5 towns, that's why it's called the Cinque Terre, that are connected through a train and a hiking trail. I don't think the hiking trail is fully connected to the towns because of a landslide that happened a few years ago, but definitely give that a Google. And I have that diamond painting on my mind. But just like I'm sure many of you, I have far too many in my stash. I have a couple more that I want to give as gifts. Actually, pretty much everyone that I have right now in my stash, I want to give as gifts. This one I'm going to put on my wall, and I have one that I ordered from Home Craftology hanging up that I am going to probably put in my master bathroom. So if you guys have any questions about how you store them, I can show you how I keep mine after I unbox them. I try to get them out of the box right away and unroll it. Diamond Art Club is pretty good with how they roll it, and the fact that it is poured glue. Those double-sided adhesive canvases, I would recommend getting hung up flat and under some books right away to prevent any of those annoying rivers. If you've worked with double-sided, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then just hope you never know, because it's absolutely annoying. The rivers are in the glue, and they stop the diamonds or the drills from sticking down properly. But just let me know any of that in the comments. I'd be happy to respond or make any other videos. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm just enjoying diamond painting away here, and I will keep posting these as I progress through. I'll try to get a better setup to get some better viewpoints. I just need something to hold my camera, and then I can get some better pictures. But I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. See you later.